Hello friends, welcome back again. Yesterday we start the OSI reference model and we just introduced that what is the concept behind the introducing the OSI model. First of all, I want to put a disclaimer also here that in yesterday class we talk about the end-to-end delivery of the data, and in that we told you that end to end means the up to the NIC card. It was the wrong. Basically, the actual concept was the port level. So this is the correction, and we will continue with it. And when we reach at that topic, we will briefly explain this topic also. But as far as today is concerned, I told you yesterday that at what level the application layer will consider as first layer and physical layer as seventh layer, and at what particular instance the physical layer will be considered as first layer and the application layer will consider as a seventh layer. Today we are just going to explain that topic, and hopefully you will get appreciated with this idea that how this particular mechanism is working behind the network communication. So this is a transmitter. Transmitter means a sender. Somebody we want to send a particular data stream to the another computer, and this one is a receiver. One person is over here. He want to send the data from this computer, and this is a receiver which is keen to get interested the data. Now, as far as this transmitter is concerned, as far as this particular sender is concerned, this is application layer. This will consider as number one. This will consider first layer. After that, this data will come to, again I told you that data will communicate in between the intercommunication layer. Communication is possible there. So it will be the second, then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. That means physical layer will consider as seventh layer, data link as sixth layer, network layer five layer, transport layer four layer for this particular region, this particular center. As far as the perception of this particular sender, the numbering will go like this. But because the physical connection is established between these two computers, I have already discussed the physical link is there, and over here, because it is on the receiver side, it is on the receiver side, so it will be the first physical layer will consider as the first layer, data link layer will be the second one, network layer third one for this particular receiver end, transport layer as a fourth layer, session layer fifth layer, transport presentation layer sixth layer, and then application layer as a seventh layer. So numbering of the layers in the OSI model will depend that at what end, either you are on the receiving end or on the transmitting end, at what particular end you are sitting, only then you can decide at what level, what is the numbering and what is the level you are going to assign on a particular layer. So this was the concept. I think this is clear to you, and now we will discuss one by one the all the functioning of a layer and the protocols involved in that at the protocol implemented at that particular layer. So one by one we are discussing, we are going to discuss, and then okay, we come to this slide, and over here we are making two columns chart. First chart is saying at what the functioning of a particular layer, and in second column we will discuss the different protocols involved in this particular layer. So as far as the physical layer is concerned. I think you are all familiar that at what level it is to be considered. Either it is 1 or it is 7th. As far as physical layer is concerned, the activity of the physical layer, we are talking about the activity, the actions involved at this particular, and the different protocols which are responsible for this particular mm, level. So physical layer is responsible for the topology. We have discussed in the last to last class that computer network topology is discussed in the physical layer. Again, the transmission medium, it was also the topic we have covered. The coaxial cable, the TP twisting pair cable, the OF optical fiber, and similarly all the wireless type of topology is also involved in this. Here the data is considered as 0 or 1, and I told you it is a bit and also called as a Morse code. So this was the basically activity, the action, the use function basically not activity, it is just a function of physical layer, and the particular protocol that is behaving in this particular level is CSMA, maybe CD also, maybe CD also. I told you that carrier sense multiple access. In the very first class, we talked about this carrier sense multiple access. This is basically the name of the protocol which is useful in this particular layer. This protocol is used especially when you are using the bus topology. So topology is here, and this particular protocol, the protocol which is used at this particular layer is CSMA, and CD is what is also attached after certain modification was made in the CSMA, and it is CD again for the collision detection. So collision detection is again a mechanism in which if the collision occurs, then the transmitter as well as the receiver get the acknowledgement that something wrong has happened in between the transmission layer, transmission link, and you have to again reconsider for the transmitting of data. So this was the complete concept of the physical layer. So at the physical layer, I think now the all the terminology or the functions are clear to you, that the transmission medium means all the physical thing, wires, the topology is again arrangement, the pattern, again the GO1 code is all the thing, and especially hub, because it is considered at the common domain collision level. So our hub has a drawback that all the ports in the hub are at the same collision domain. That means if a particular computer is sending a data to via hub, then all the transmission port will transmit the data. So this is was the drawback, and again the bandwidth again get distributed. So hub basically device is considered at the physical layer. Now we come to the data link layer. Data link layer. Basically, this layer is also having two sub parts, sub layer also. One is MAC and another is media access control, and another one LLC, logical link control. What is their uses? We will discuss on that. But as far as the protocol is concerned, we will depict all these protocols in this column. The main function of the data link layer is to framing of bits. At the physical layer, the stream of bit is considered, but when it comes to the uh, data link layer, this become frame. So framing of the bit is called is the function of the data link layer. We will discuss on the topic also, but why these two sublayers are important. But firstly, we are just going to then the flow control. Error detection and correction. It is very important topic. And host to host delivery of data, and more appropriate is the frame, because over here the data is considered as a frame. So these four are the functions of a data link layer. Now, as I already told you that framing is the function of the data link layer. Then flow control. Flow control means if a computer is working on a particular speed and another computer who is transmitting or receiving the data from this computer, that means they communicating to this particular computer and has a difference of processing speed. So of course you will get that if it is sending suppose 10 kb of data per second and the receiver is just have a capacity to get the kb of data 5 kb of data per second. So where will be the 5 kb difference? How it can be compensated? So basically when the particular stream of data, what the particular frame is to be transmitted, it makes sure that the receiver end is also uh, in the compatible position, that it should get that data and receive. Only then the next frame will be considered. So this flow control will be handled by the data link layer. Then error correction and error detection, but it is up to the level of the data. It is up to the level of only network layer. It is up to the network layer. Sorry, network error. Sorry, up the network errors are only been handled at the particular. So there is another type of error which will be also considered, but it is very limited type of scope that error is being uh, handled in this actual error detection. Error handling will be completed in the transportation layer. So a brief idea about the error detection and all these things will be in the network. Error type of errors will be handled in the host to host delivery. As I told you yesterday, that up to the level of the NIC card, up to the level of NIC card, whatever the data is being transmitted, it is the responsibility of the data link layer that the data is to be reached up to the NIC card of that or the receiver end. from the sender NIC card and to transmit data up to the receiver NIC card, it is the responsibility of the data link layer. When the particular application level is to be considered, then we have to come at the transport, and we will discuss that topic. In yesterday topic, I told you that it was end to end, but now I am saying that up to the NIC level, it is host to host communication. Different protocols, different protocols which are useful, uh, which are used in the data link layers are X25, very obsolete type of protocols. Now it doesn't have any significance, but ATM, HDLC, high level data link control. So this HDLC is again very common and a very important topic. Such type of protocols are handled. Frame relay is also there. Frame relay. So all these were the protocols which were used earlier, but in the advanced technology they are not being used in anywhere. But as far as study of the entire network topic, entire idea of the network, we should also learn about this, because we are going to concentrate only on the uh, data, the networking up to the level of the ITS and Polytechnic. We will not discuss and we will not devote any time, because the topic will become very lengthy one also. So we are just covering the just introduction part, and only then it will be sufficient to you. Yes. Now, if anybody has a certain doubt, then you can send any comment and we will try to reply you. But as far as the two sublayers are concerned, basically MAC, MAC address. MAC address, I think you have all heard about this particular idea. MAC address is basically a permanent address, a unique address designated to each NIC card, network card, network card. Basically, it is a 24-bit, 48-bit address in which 24 plus 24 bits are distributed. This 24, the earlier 24 bits are at this part of the address, 24 address are assigned by IEEE, Institution of Electronic and Electrical Engineers. This is the international organization who is responsible for the smooth conduction of the communication devices and the manufacturing of communication devices. And other 24, rest of the 24 bits are designated to the vendors, manufacturers. So in this way, the 48 bits is again get the two combinations. Only then this is the MAC address, and this is called the physical address also, physical and the permanent address. So once this particular address was embossed in this particular device, no one can make any alternation, any modification in the addressing of that. And this is very important as far as the IT laws and all these things and cyber securities and all these things are concerned, because due to this only a particular computer scammer can be detected, and scientists can find the uh, main culprit in the cyber security. So again, LLC, it's a logical link control. Logical link control, basically I am just talking that if it is a data link layer, then the lower one part, this is called the MAC address, because it's a part, and the upper part is called the LLC. Why upper part? Because it is to be handled by the, it is directly in control of the network layer, because it is in the direct control of the LLC. And why the LLC is useful in this, we will discuss. And because the physical part, physical addressing is there, so physical layer is being directly attached to the MAC address. So this was the idea, that the when the compute when the this uh, data link layer is to be uh, communicating with the network layer, so LLC will come into the form. And when that LLC DLL will communicate to physical layer, then the MAC addressing is useful. So this was the sub idea of the sub layer. This was the main idea of the making sub layers. So as far as the data link layer is concerned, I think this topic is also very interesting, but something standardized. No, I will not say what the difficult, I will say it is standard one, because only then you will be consider yourself as a full-fledged network professional, when you have idea about the each and every layers concept. Okay, if you have any again this any difficulty face, and you have any particular inquiry, then you can put a comment. But again, do subscribe our channels. Only then you will, and continually make continuous viewing of our channels, because daily we are just giving is leaving a particular topic will not be benefit for you, because again the stream of the videos are there, and if a particular link is broken, then again you will face the difficulty in the next video. So all the videos you have to watch very carefully. If you have any difficulty, please make comment. We will try to, though we are just receiving very good comments, but if a certain, I will not say the bad word, if a certain adverse comment will receive to us, then we will welcome all those also. So our next topic is network layer. So friends, because network layer is a very important one, it is a very drastic importance in the networking. So I think it would not be uh, justification to you that at this particular juncture we introduce the network layer, because it is a very sensitive also topic. So we will continue with this topic in the next class. Until then, goodbye. But again, request for the, please do subscribe our channel. Only then you will be benefited. And wait for our next video. We will continue with the network layer and the protocols involved in this, and what are the functions, why the network layer are so responsible. But I will say one thing also, that as I told you, that the physical layer we considered as a physical device, as a hub. But when we come to the data link layer, another device is there, which is the upgradation of the hub, and it is the switch. It is called switch. It is the intelligent type of hub, and this intelligent type of hub is considered at the data link layer. So data link layer means the main devices used is there is a switch, but same time this layer can also be considered as the physical layer. So at the data link layer and below the layer, all the devices are applicable. Hub is applicable only up to the level of the physical layer. Switch is applicable at the data link level as well as at the physical layer. And when we come to that network layer, we will discuss another device. Until then, goodbye.